Jayden Daniels had one of the best rookie seasons that we've ever seen, winning Rookie of the Year, leading his team to an NFC Championship game, and showing that he has the potential to be a top 5 quarterback in the entire NFL. So I decided to make a video where we take a look at a bunch of great plays from Jayden Daniels. And if you're a Bears fan, look away because we're going to be talking about this Hail Mary first. And you could argue that this play doesn't require that much skill. He's just throwing the ball up into the air, but his ability here to scramble around and buy his receivers enough time to get in position before throwing a 65-yard bomb is really just a great microcosm of his game as a whole. He's athletic, has good awareness, and he can throw the hell out of the football. And now we're going to take a look at a few examples of him doing exactly that. Here we have a 3rd down and medium where the Bears are bringing a 5-man pressure with a fire zone over top. That means 3 underneath defenders and 3 defenders over top. And as we let this play, we see that the Commanders' O-line picks up this pressure pretty well. And as Jayden Daniels sees this boundary safety roll down, he knows that his number 1 receiver, Scary Terry McLaurin, is going to have a one-on-one, and he's going to win. So he lets this ball rip 52 yards in the air to convert on this 3rd down. On this next play, we're going to be getting man coverage with the Browns playing cover 1 with a spy on Jayden Daniels. And as this ball snaps, we're going to see Daniels look to the top of the screen to freeze this free safety in the middle of the field. And then he's going to come back to De'Ami Brown at the bottom of the screen and throw an absolute seed for a 50-yard touchdown. This next play is one of the better throws that I saw all of last season. Here we have a 3rd down and long where the Bengals walk up 8 men to the line of scrimmage, meaning that Jayden Daniels is going to be under pressure, but that also means that he's going to have one-on-one coverage with, you guessed it, Terry McLaurin, and that's exactly where he's going with this ball. As he catches this snap, he knows he's getting pressure, but he sticks in the pocket, gets absolutely smoked as he's throwing this ball, but still delivers it perfectly in the corner of the end zone for Terry McLaurin. In this next play against the Eagles, we're going to see another example of Jayden Daniels' willingness and ability to stick in the pocket under pressure and make great throws down the field. The Eagles are bringing a 5-man pressure, which is going to end up singling Quinyon Mitchell on Terry McLaurin. And although Mitchell is one of the better young corners in the league, this was, according to the stats, his worst game by far, and this play had a lot to do with it. As the ball snapped, we get some sort of miscommunication on the offensive line, letting the Eagles have a free runner. But Daniels has just enough time to bring his eyes back to Terry McLaurin, step into this throw, and put it right on the front pylon for a touchdown. But Daniels does more than just throw the deep ball, because according to Field Vision, he was a top 5 performing quarterback in the red zone last year, and when it came to passing in the red zone, he was a top 2 quarterback, only behind Lamar Jackson. And a great example of that is this play against the Eagles with 10 seconds left on the clock, down by 5 points. Here the Commanders are in an empty set and the Eagles are playing quarters. As this ball snapped, we get a switch release from Ertz and Crowder. And as Crowder's breaking this post off, Daniels sees that Zach Bond's back is turned to him and Reed Blankenship is too far outside to make a play. So he lasers the ball right off Bond's back shoulder for a game-winning touchdown. Here the Ravens are bringing a nickel blitz with cover 0 behind. And as we let this clip play, we see Daniels pump immediately to Terry McLaurin at the top of the screen. And he sees that Brandon Stevens' back is turned to him and McLaurin is looking right at him. So instead of throwing it to the back pylon, he throws it to his back shoulder where McLaurin can readjust and the blind corner has a tougher time making a play. Here we're going to see another red zone rep against man coverage, and the Commanders are going to motion in Terry McLaurin and send him across the formation to get a natural pick on this man corner. And as he works his way across the field, Daniels is going to look quickly to this whip route to hold the underneath linebacker, and then he's going to come back to McLaurin and dump it over that backer's head for a touchdown. In this next play versus the Titans, we're going to see something very similar, but this time versus zone coverage. And here the Titans are going to be playing cover 6 or cover 9, depending on how you look at it, meaning quarters on the one side and cover 2 on the other. And the Commanders are going to be running another crossing route with Terry McLaurin. And before we look at exactly how this works, I want to talk about why it works. And let's start by looking at the quarter side, because only one receiver releases and the cornerback takes him. That causes the other quarter's defender, the safety, to look back to the other side of the formation. But it's important to realize that he's looking for deep routes or anything that goes over top of the linebackers. So when Terry McLaurin ducks underneath of the shallow defender, the safety loses track of him, but so do the linebackers. And this allows him to slip into the edge of the end zone. And as soon as the safety realizes it, it's too late and Daniels dumps it right over top for a touchdown. Now we're going to talk about the part of Jayden Daniels' game that truly gives defensive coordinators headaches, and that's his ability to extend plays, use his legs, and make something out of nothing. Because what he does against the Saints right here is just flat out unguardable. There's nothing the defense can do. And all of last year, he put the league on notice that as long as the ball is in his hands, the play is never over.